The Denver Broncos got punched in the mouth this week. And while I did have the Broncos winning, I absolutely acknowledged that the Jacksonville Jaguars, that was a very losable game for the Broncos. And it happened. The Broncos got socked in the mouth. That home win streak is over. The win streak is over. And I think there's some positive to that, but we'll get into everything. The Broncos, again, socked in the mouth 34-20. A lot went wrong for the Broncos today, and we will get into all of that here on the Orange Soda After Show coming up next. We're going to start this after game show properly by talking about what has been the Broncos' strength all season, turning into an Achilles heel. The defense, they started out this game incredibly strong, and a lot of people, myself included, were thinking, all right, we're going to see what is an absolute defensive slugfest. And that is not what it evolved into. After the first few possessions, Denver just could not find an answer for Jacksonville's offense. Trevor Lawrence, what a game by him, by the way. 23-36, 279, and 3 scores. ETN, he had an okay game. He had one real big pop carry that really helps his numbers, and that's 16-50 in this one. Trevor Lawrence ran for a touchdown, 6 for 20 yards. I mean, just it was a bad go. It was a bad go. And part of the reason that the defense just had such a hard time, especially through the air, was tackling, man. Parker Washington, 6 for 145 and a touchdown. The Broncos could not tackle Parker Washington in space if they dreamed of it. It was that bad at points in this game. Parker Washington was basically the entire Jaguars offense for a good chunk of the second half. Jacoby Myers, 4 for 45. It's a decent game from him. Strange goes 5 for 39 for a touchdown. The one good thing that the Broncos defense did, the pass rush did get to Trevor Lawrence 5 times. Couple of different Broncos end up with sacks in this one, and I'll tell you who. Riley Moss got a sack, DJ Jones with a sack, Roach with 1, Franklin Myers had 2 for himself. It was just it was a bad game defensively. Denver's defense, it felt like, really didn't show up. And I'm starting to finally get concerned. I've been saying, until I see a trend, until I see just consistently bad football, I would get worried. And I am getting a little worried. I'm like at a 6 on the concern scale for the Broncos because it's such a talented unit defensively. And just to not tackle the way that they did, just everything that went wrong, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. They were still giving up too many big plays, which was one of the bigger concerns coming out of the Green Bay game, was how many big plays the defense was giving up early in the game. That pretty much became an exponential problem. And the Broncos are going to have to get a figure on that. Vance Joseph has to figure that out. It's just every year in December, it feels like we talk about, hey, the defense is hitting that December slump after just a bad game. That was the narrative coming out of the bye against Washington, and there's a reason it is a narrative. This Broncos defense is taking a bit of a dive. You give up 346 total yards. It wasn't great. You give up 8 for 15 on third down. You're not going to win games like that. And just with how many big plays the Jags were hitting, especially because of the tackling, you're not going to win many games like that. The Broncos defense gets a D-, gets an F from me. It just wasn't good. Trevor Lawrence continued his hot streak, and he was a quarterback that can notoriously get cold, turn the ball over a couple of times. Didn't happen today, and it just wasn't good. The run defense was okay, I guess, but it's the amount of big plays, the errors, all of it, none of that is going to save the Broncos defense from getting an F on my report card today. Coming up next, the offense. It sputtered a little bit, much to our chagrin. We'll talk about that coming up here on this next segment of the After Game Show. Don't go anywhere. There was something off with the Broncos offense today, man. Bo looked off. The Broncos were not committed to the run game at any point when things were close. There was just a lot going wrong. A lot of negative plays as well. The Broncos offense was just completely out of sorts today. Knicks, 28-47, 352, only one touchdown, threw a pick on a fourth down. Could have easily had another if a DB gets feet in bounds. Knicks did not play a great game today. He had some really nice throws, but overall it wasn't a great game. D+, maybe. Rushing, it was interesting to see Peyton go away from the run after RJ Harvey broke that 38-yarder. 7 for 50 on the day. Harvey finishes. Jaleel was 5 of 37 as well. Jaleel was moving the ball pretty good when he was handed the ball. And it just becomes baffling that the game went the way that it did because there was no commitment to the run game. I don't know that Bo Nix needs to be throwing the ball 47 times when the game is still within reach for most of it. I don't fully understand that. Sutton goes 6 for 86 with a touchdown. He could have had another, but he would have had to make just an absolute god-level catch on that. And it just wasn't something that I think was going to materialize. The Broncos just didn't have the ball bounce their way. Harvey, 4 catches, 71 yards. So it's a 100 total yard day for him. 121 yards total on the day for him. He had a big play there as well, long at 32. Franklin, 4 for 66. He was consistent, had a nice 48-yard grab down the left sideline. They got the Broncos in the scoring range when it felt like they still had the chance to come back. Bryant, 5 for 82, and we'll talk about Pat in a minute. We'll talk about Pat in a minute. He is leaving via ambulance, which thank you for the update, Ender, for being able to find that. Marvin had 3 catches, 26 yards. Engram had 2 catches, 36. It still feels like him and Nix aren't on the same page. And that's a problem. Just offensively, it was self-imposed mistakes. The Bo Nix pick on 4th down, and then right with about 5 minutes to go, when you really had your best chance to come back. The fumble on the botched option where Nix was trying to pull it, McLaughlin was trying to pull it. Those things can't happen. Those things, they absolutely cannot happen. Broncos only go 1 for 2 in the red zone. They didn't even really get to the red zone at all. They only scored 1 touchdown on their red zone opportunities. The other one, of course, RJ Harvey, 38-yard touchdown. It just was not the Broncos' day whatsoever. And I mean, the offensive production just needs to stabilize again. We've seen some consistency for the past couple of weeks, and then everything just kind of fell off a cliff in this game for the Broncos. 5 for 14 on 3rd down's not going to cut it. You're not going to win games 5 for 14. 1 for 3 on 4th down as well. That's not going to get you anywhere. They only allowed the 1 sack. The O-line is still playing fine. It's just Nix was under pressure a lot tonight. And Nix even had a pretty bad mistake too, stepping out of bounds on what would have otherwise been a 4th and 3 before he got the ball away. Just everything was out of sorts for the Broncos. They got They got socked in the mouth tonight by a Jaguars team that I think is really good, and they're gonna remain red hot going into their next matchup. So with 2 games to go now, Broncos are gonna have a 1-game lead over the Chargers. They've got Kansas City on Christmas. We will be live for that. But overall, man, just offense wasn't that good either. And I don't have a lot to say about the special teams either. We'll kind of co-opt this. I mean, Will Lutz, 2 for 3 on his kicks. Obviously, the 3 points wouldn't have really changed anything. But I think if Lutz hits that first kick, I think the momentum does go a little different. You have the lead all of a sudden. Like, I think things go a little differently. Not maybe immaculately differently, but, But with that being said, I wasn't going to do orange sodas, but I got a couple I still want to hand out. So we'll get to that here in this next segment of the Orange Soda After Show. Don't go anywhere. Not a lot on the orange soda front to hand out at all. I need to throw that up there. Not a lot on this front. Only 1 legitimate player, and it's kind of an honorable one. The real one that I was really going to hand out here, well, not real one, but my mods were outstanding on the stream. Okay, Bach, Choi, and Ender, both of those guys were huge during the game, keeping all the bots out of the chat, keeping kind of people a little under control, keeping things from getting a little too unruly. So huge shout to them. Those guys have been outstanding. They've been here since really the start of when we started gaining some traction. Second one's going to go out to the viewers, man. This is the 3rd week in a row that we just do just insane numbers, man. And this stream is my best ever. 11.5 or 11.5 thousand views. Like, it was just an absolute ridiculous stream. We go over 150 likes. Like, it was just an absolutely incredible stream. And then the 3rd one, and prayers up for the guy, Pat Bryant, man. I can only hope he's okay. As we mentioned earlier, he is being taken from Mile High in an ambulance. He got hurt with 30 seconds left. Injuries are they're a part of football, but you never like to see them, and you never like to see brutal ones like that. He wasn't even moving when they got him onto the cart. So just prayers up for the guy, man. I hope he's okay. It's not even about him like ever playing again either. It's just about him being okay long term. That's all you can hope for after something like that. So I hope Pat's okay. I'm gonna send him with an orange soda. I hope it finds him well. And I hope he ends up being okay, just general, long-term, all of the above. With that being said, though, that is going to do it for this edition of the Orange After Game Show. Thank you, everybody, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this once we get this uploaded. You guys are what make this channel great. And if you want to join the best viewer base in the NFL, hit the subscribe button. I can't even get my hand on the camera. Hit the subscribe button down below. Like the video, like the stream, whichever one you're seeing. I got the best viewer base in the league. Ooh, one more thing. Before we get out of here, before we get out of the video, this will be the video. I've hit the wrong button on the wrong tab. We passed we hit 300 subscribers on the stream, everybody. 300. That is just fucking nuts. All right, I keep saying it. Best viewer base in the NFL. So again, if you want to join, you want to help me out, subscribe button's down there. Thank each and every one of you. I will see you all tomorrow for the day after show. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. And then we're going to have the Broncos and Chiefs on Thursday night for Christmas. So, have a good night, everybody. Go Broncos, Denver Broncos for life, all that good stuff. Yep. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Sayonara.